Hello. Today we're going to talk about the Super Angel juicer. Here's an overview of the components and the sequence of how they connect. Everything is really easy to put together, and it's made of really good quality material, from the steel to the plastics that they use and everything in between. It's really good quality stuff. I'm pointing out the seal here because we'll talk about it later on in the video. You got to make sure that you put that seal around that part really well and then clamp it down really nice and tight to ensure that it doesn't leak. This machine is very strong, the motor is very powerful, the components are well built and go well together. Here you see the component that actually covers the area where the juice comes out so the juice doesn't spill over through the top. Here you see the glass measuring cup where the juice goes in and the plastic container for the pulp, both of which we'll be discussing a little more later. As I mentioned before, the machine is very strong, so it can pretty much take anything you throw at it. Very seldom do I find myself having to push the reverse button in order to be able to clear anything out. This machine can take on a whole carrot, as you see me doing here. That doesn't mean I recommend you do that. It's better to always cut things in small pieces, otherwise you'll find yourself having to do this right here, which is apply a little bit of muscle, if not a lot of muscle sometimes, to make sure that things go down. And now I'd like to discuss a couple of things that I think are design flaws. One thing that you see happening here is that the machine doesn't feel perfectly well balanced, so sometimes when you're pushing things down, you see it move like it does right here. Not a big deal, I mean things are still working fine. You know, it's just a little bit annoying. You figured for this much money they'd find a way to balance this machine. In case you don't know, this is a pretty expensive machine. And you'd think for this much money that they give you a slightly bigger container for the pulp. The pulp tends to come off to the sides, as you see me showing you here, since the cup is really small. This is the leak that I referred to earlier in the video regarding the seal and the clamp. It doesn't happen all the time. Things do get a little slushy sometimes, but this can be avoided with proper juicing technique. The quality and taste of the juice is nothing short of fantastic. This machine does a wonderful job in extracting every ounce of juice from the fruits and vegetables, and as you see here, the juice is not clumpy and it's very tasty. The consequence should be very obvious. The pulp is incredibly dry. In fact, the driest I've ever seen out of any machine that I've ever owned or friends that have shown me their machines. I'm squeezing this as hard as I can, as you see here, and there's absolutely no moisture to be considered. So you're getting the absolute most juice out of your fruits and vegetables. Thank you for watching. Until next time.